Welcome to Juice United show. Manchester United have won 2-1 against Crystal Palace in a tense game, which ended obviously with the 3 points with United for once. Not for once, but you know what I mean. For the last time, they nearly took the points off us, and they nearly did it again. So happy we got the 3 points, and Garth, you must be happy with that, surely.
Oh, ecstatic for points, mate. Ecstatic with the win, with the 3 points. As we were saying in the group this time last season, that's a draw or a defeat all day for us. And now we've got 3 games to look forward to about Casemiro, and hopefully it's a Bitzer can step up. He looked decent today, and hopefully Freddie McTominay can step up because the important game's coming. Silly red card.
Yeah, exactly. I think we need, obviously, we need McTominay back now, more than ever. We need someone else to go in there that's actually played in there. I know Lindelof can play in there, but I still would rather have McTominay in there.
Yeah,
but how did you see the game overall? You know, like your first half impressions of the game, and then we'll go through the second half afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, it was very first half. We were in complete control. Owned every inch of the pitch. Palace had nothing pretty much. We let him come onto us a little bit in towards the end of the first half. And then the second half, we go 2-0 up, very comfortable still. And then Casemiro in a absolute moment of madness. I mean, listen, I'm sure in the cold light day, he's probably thinking, I barely touched him. You know, like I barely touched the fella. You know what I mean? I was just moving him.
I barely touched him.
It's a red card in today's game. That's a red card, mate, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's a very silly thing. Considering it had nothing to do with him. Personally, I do think the fella that barged Antony should have been dealt with more because that was a proper, and then he was giving him afterwards as well. Afterwards. But listen, second half, we held on. That's what matters. It was very tight, very tense. I was sweaty palms all the way, and I thought they were going to do it again. I really did, especially when they scored straight after the red card as well. So I don't know how you saw it, but that's how I had it, mate. You know
pretty much the same. First half, we was totally in control. We started off like a house on fire, just like we did at Selhurst Park, and we was looking good. We was threatening. Antony was looking lively. Was looking like we're gonna do a bit, and then we get the penalty, and I thought, right, this is definitely gonna be 3-0 quickly. You know, we're gonna really destroy him this time and really take him to the and put him to the sword. But Palace are a tough team, man. They lost only 1-0 against Chelsea and drew with us 1-1 and drew 1-1. Was it 0-0 with Newcastle? So it was never going to be an easy game. And Vieira's got them really set up in a way where it's like you've got a false sense of security. Like you think, we got these. We're in total control. They ain't going to really do anything. They ain't had many chances. And then they get themselves into dangerous positions, like very often. So it wasn't a surprise that they got their goal, especially after we went 1 down. I was thinking, can we be that kind of side that even if we go 1-0 down, we can continue playing that kind of football like City do. They go 1-0 down, you still think they're going to control the game and win and score. Like, we haven't got that yet, but at least we didn't let them score and 2 and at least, you know, and draw the game. Like, that would have been really bad. And Casemiro, just a moment of madness, but at least we don't miss him for the Barcelona games or the cup final. So he's still going to stay pretty fit by playing them games, and I'm happy.
Yeah, so, just quickly on that one, Nathan. It's almost because we're not winning the league now, but I think we've got top 4. It's almost a blessing in disguise, Casemiro being away for 3 games when he's going to be back for the Barca knockout games and the cup final, fresh, rested. So, I mean, I'd want him in the team, obviously, but that is a silver lining.
Of course. We've got the player ratings coming up now. Let's see what let's talk about the player ratings, and then we'll see what's what. Let's see if you got the similar kind of thoughts to me. Let's go with the first one is De Gea in goal. I'm not going to say, you know what I do. I put up De Gea. You tell me what you think, and then I'll put him up as well. I'll put up my scores. As you know, my scores already put in. You say what you need to say, and I'll bring mine up. Mr. De Gea.
I mean, apart from the goal, he pulled out that wonder save before the goal, didn't he, for the first one?
Header, point-blank header as well. Yeah.
Point blank. So it's a 7. It could be a 6, whichever way you look at it. But I'm going 7 today, man. There you go. Yeah, it is what it is. I wouldn't be adverse to throwing him a 6 either. Not much to do. 1 great save, conceded 1. So yeah, 7-6.
Totally agree with you there. Totally agree. Mr. Wan Bissaka.
Listen, I mean, Ten Hag's obviously got an absolute magic wand for fullbacks, ain't he? Because he has made both Diego Dalot and Aaron Wan-Bissaka Premier League players inside 6 months. We all knew that Aaron Wan-Bissaka had the skills in defence. We all know that. And it looked like he'd lost him very briefly, and then friendlies and everything. It looked like that had gone as well. And it's like, well, what is? But he's also bringing it now. The defensive work is still there, and the attacking game is coming into it. He's still misplacing passes. He's never going to be an out-and-out attacking fullback. But listen, quality option, and it's very tight now. Like I kept saying, between him and Dalot, it just depends on whichever game who you're playing against. So it's another 7 for him. Solid performance. Could have been an 8.
You know what I got? I just want to mention that, to be fair. Because, go on, finish what you're saying.
No, that's also any given Sunday, Dalot or him are as good as each other. At one point, I thought it was Dalot, and now it's back to them both. Different things, different. Different you know what I mean? I
was mentioning this with I was on Stretford Paddock today doing a watch along again, and I actually asked the panel the question, like, when you look at it defensively, Wan-Bissaka is better. He's a better defender, but then when you look on the eye, Dalot in play, he's a lot better moving the ball and keeping it, and moving through the lines. But then when it comes to the attacking side of things, surprisingly enough, they're both similar output in terms of assists and balls that reach people. And that's what he's doing now. He's actually crossing good balls in the box, and he's not falling over, like I was saying before. He's looking good in attack. And at the end of the day, if he's better defensively, but then like the middle part, I think they're both similar. Very, very similar. And I would edge Wan-Bissaka slightly in terms of defensively, even though Dalot looks like he's got more in the attack, the output's the same. I want to see someone who looks like more to have more output. I don't want to see it similar. So until then, I would say Wan-Bissaka's getting the nod slightly ahead at this moment in time. So
I think so. Yeah, I think Gaffer agrees. I think the difference is it's not just about the end product with Dalot and Wan-Bissaka, because I agree Dalot's end product, and it's the link up play in that middle. In the middle, the link up play Dalot gives is just better than Wan-Bissaka. And stuff. But listen, I'd stick with Wan-Bissaka at the moment myself, mate. I really would.
Rolls Royce number 1.
Yeah, it's another 7. Solid game, brings it out of defence. It's the same thing I say every week about him. The same thing you say every week about him. He is solid, mate. Great player. At times, you could see that he ain't the man to be left at the back on his own, because he isn't as fast as I thought he was. He's not like rapido fast. But
but he's good enough. He's quick enough for me.
Quality, yeah. He's one of the best players in the world. Yeah.
Yeah, he's just a Rolls Royce, mate. It just, when we had 11 men, it was just like no worries whatsoever at the back. Yeah, these boys at the back just marshal everything and everyone. And I just got to say, Varane, I don't think you're ever going to get less than a 7 when you're playing with this man here. When you're playing with this man, you're never going to get a 7. What are you telling me?
This is man of the match, Nate. Man of the match.
Of course, he's man of the match.
All the punditry. Do I go? I can't go 9 because we conceded. It's a high 8 though. It's a very high 8 for him.
I've done 9.
You have gone 9. I don't begrudge it, Nate. I don't begrudge it, man. Yeah, like he had a almost flawless performance. Like his tackling is a joke, right? Like he just takes men like man and ball perfectly.
It's lovely, isn't it? And he don't go to ground either. He just runs at 100 miles an hour. I was like, do you know how hard that is to go so fast, get the ball, win it, and not even slide? Like that's ridiculous. And if you did lose it, you're not going to get like red carded or anything, because you just, it's like a proper strong challenge, but you're not getting a red card because it's not clumsy. It's just lovely. Every time they went, it was like a 50-50. It's like, nope, it's a 90-10. I'm taking this. I am winning. He's amazing, mate. I know we can see the goal, but that was because of one man down. It was nothing to do with Martinez. I think it is.
No, it's just I usually use the defence as a whole block. But no, listen, a 9, I agree with you. He was the best player on the pitch today by a mile. His tenacity is amazing. What he brings to the team as well, it's almost Casemiro level that you won't realise it until he's out of the team. But his spraying passes out the back. Listen, I know everyone talks about Maguire's diagonals. Martinez actually has got a vision. He can see like a chess move where it's going to end up 3 passes down the line.
Yeah,
and he plays the right ball. 90% of the time. 85% of the time, it's the correct ball. He's amazing, mate. Yeah, best
unbelievable man and match all day. Luke Shaw,
another solid performance for him. It's a 7, just a solid Luke Shaw performance, mate. Yeah.
We're the same. We're the same in a minute.
Same game, but Luke Shaw's exactly the same as Varane at the moment. Luke Shaw
Yeah.
just keeps knocking out sevens, or he does better.
Overlaps early on in the game. How about them overlaps and crossing balls in? And I think it led to the goal, didn't it? Hit them doing what they were doing. So it was lovely. Curler87 says people going in on Casemiro. I know Ayew not getting any shade. He's also grabs a player by the neck. I need to take a look at that again and see who else did that.
I didn't see that one, but it wouldn't surprise me. It was a melee. It was a melee going on in there. Listen, Casemiro's the target at the moment, isn't he? He's the best one of the best players in the league. He deserved
it though. It was a
100% red card. Yeah,
tap out. It looked like it was trying to kill him. So
it's a red,
you got to chill out.
I can't believe they took so long, Nate. Because the moment you saw it on the replay, you're like, "Well, that's a red card." Just tell the gaffer. Just tell the ref. Yeah. He's had his hands around his throat. You don't even need to see it, mate. It's a red card. Like
exactly. I knew it straight away.
Yeah.
Like, listen, he's
so did he. Did you see his face as well? Like,
yeah, exactly.
What did I do? Get out.
Oh yeah, there's VAR. Oh yeah.
if Ayew did grab someone around the neck as well, then this is the problem with VAR. It's not. This is the big problem with VAR.
You can't get away from it.
Yeah, no, but if he did, then he did get away with it. And this is the problem with VAR. They were singling in on Casemiro because that's the one they were looking at. They didn't look at anything else, obviously. But listen, it is definitely a red card, mate. There's no.
Well, funny enough, we're on to him anyway. Casemiro, what are you giving him?
Yeah, listen, it's a 6 because he got the red card, mate, and it could have cost us the game. It really could have done. I tell you, if Palace scored a second one, Nate, that would have been a 5, mate. It would have been a 5, 100%. It was very silly, very rash. We were in complete control. I honestly think that the challenge on Antony was a lot more malicious than people were making out. The way he stood over him afterwards and was giving him an earful suggests it was something extra on there. So I understand he's running in, but come on, you're 30 years old, mate. You've played football all your life. Doesn't matter what country you're in. I saw someone trying to excuse it that he's Brazilian and it's a bit different in South America. No, mate, you're still getting a red card. At his level at Real Madrid for the last 8 years now, mate, you're getting a red card, bro. So 6. If he didn't get a red card, maybe it would have been another 7 or 8 again. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But very silly, man. Very, very silly.
Well, Curlers87 says one thing for sure: the post-match comments by Ten Hag about the refs and calls against United are lit. He has had enough of the bullshit. I have to look at that.
No, I haven't seen the comments, mate. But the gaffer, the ref today was pretty bad. He let a lot of things go.
Yeah, giving no yellow cards for certain things, yellow cards for the rubbish things. I'm like, what's going on here, man? Who got took out earlier on in the game? Someone got taken out with a bad challenge, and I'm like, how is that not a yellow card? Like, how can that not be a yellow? But then other cards, you get yellow cards for nothing. Like, makes no sense to me. Makes absolutely no sense to me. But let's talk about the pastor, Freddy Krueger. What are you saying?
Yeah, solid 7 again for the pastor. Solid 7. Again, Fred is Fred. He does what he needs to do. If he's in a good team, he looks all right. Just if he's put into a bad team that's playing awful, he ain't good enough to get that team to rise with him. So solid 7. Hopefully, he puts in 3 7s in a row now with Casemiro out. So
exactly what I've given him a 7 as well. I think he worked hard. He moved around. He's a nice, like, complementary piece to Casemiro, actually. He just gets about and just does everything he needs to do and gets forward as well. And the pressing today from us was pretty on point, you know. Everywhere. Bruno, Weghorst, everyone was on it today when it came to pressing. We kept pressing in 2s and 3s, and we were taking that ball back like mad. So, Fred done well, 7 as well. Bruno
again, although he obviously scored the penalty, but you would think he had a quiet game, but he didn't. He was everywhere on the pitch. You've just noted it about the pressing and everything. So it's a 7, and it's a very high 7. I could easily go 8 with him. I thought he had a great game today, although nothing really came off for him. So solid 7.
So funny how we're just exactly the same in the game.
Exactly what you saw.
This is what people will be watching for, to see if we're exactly the same every week. It's unbelievable. Like, Bruno, he got a 7. He played well. Worked real hard, shutting down like a madman, led by example, and a lot of players were leading by example today. It's not like 1 or 2, it's like 7s and 8s, 9s of us just killing it. So you know what? Everybody killed it today in terms of work rate and determination. Everyone was on that side of things. There was no one being letting us down on that side. But Bruno getting a 7, mate, did really, really well. Antony.
Do you know Antony gets a 7 as well, Nathan? Did you see him take the man on in the second half? Did you see him?
And he goes there. I'm like, that's what you do.
He didn't get past him, but he took him on at least, mate. Yeah. So it's listen, he's growing into the game. You can also see that he's getting a little bit more flamboyant, a little bit more comfortable on the pitch. You see him try the old back of the hill flick over his head. It didn't come off, but he tried it. Old JJ Kocher, mate, if you're old enough to remember that. He's getting better and better every week. I still don't think he's an £86 million player. And unless he starts really up in his game, he never will be. But I think he's finding his role in his team and he's improving. And I think we need to get used to this is the sort of performance we're going to have for him. He just needs to add goals and or assists to that as well. And then he'll be fine.
Yeah, if he can keep doing what he did. I said, I was again talking about him in the studio about what he's not doing for us, but what he also is doing for us. And what he is doing is contributing to the team, like being a proper team and keeping everyone honest. So there is no one else on the right at the minute that I would say that can do a job better than him. He's doing a job. And if he can continue to improve while he's doing this bare minimum job, I'm really, really happy. He's got bits about him, man. And look, today he took it on the outside. I remember twice now he tried to pace. I don't mind that. I love that. Just pace, just run and get at people. And the one bit, which was the best part, was when he went past him and he was still on his left foot and then he tried to find someone. That's what you see Saka doing week in, week out. That's what you see Mahrez doing week in, week out. You keep him honest because if you go down a line, you can cut back now. You've got both options. They don't know what you're going to do. You keep coming inside, they know where you're going. But yeah, that was perfect from him today in terms of being able to go that way and the other way. I love it. Antony, you got a 7 from me. Keep doing what you're doing, mate. And we'll be good on the side. Yeah. Rashford.
Scored a goal. It's an 8 for Rashi. It wasn't his best game, but he did a lot on the pitch. To be fair, he didn't. Is it an 8? It is an 8. You're going 6 man scored, Nath. Wow.
Yeah, he scored, but he didn't do much in the game.
He did do much. It's a 7.
I could give him a 7. I could give him a 7, but not an 8. I think he had a quiet game. He looked okay. For me, he scored that goal. Great. I loved it. I was happy with that. But other than that, I don't think I remember saying he's having a good game today. You know what? He's doing well. He just was not really involved in the game. He worked hard. He didn't do anything wrong at all. It's just he is a little bit of a quiet game. He got his goal, though. So, yeah, you know what? I'm going to give him a 7. It's fair.
I've moved down 1. You've moved up 1. 7.
Yeah, I think it's fair. I think it's fair because
he didn't do much in the second half, but in them opening 30, where we're all over him, he was a massive outlet down the left flank for us. He did take the ball a lot, man. So, but no, it's not an 8. You're right, it's not an 8. But yeah.
Well, I ain't moving my next ones. All right, I ain't moving my next.
Right, you will see what you got. You got a vote up next, have we? Yeah, mate. This is a 5. This is a solid 5, mate. Like, unfortunately, I thought he was going to bring a lot more than he's bringing.
A solid 5.
Yeah, it's a solid, because mate. This is as good as he's going to get, Nate. It's a solid 5, bruv. Like, I don't want to dig the man out too much, but he ain't bringing anything. I thought he had great ball control. He doesn't. He has a right ball control. I thought he was magnificent in the air. He's not, and we don't play that style of football. I thought he was great at holding the ball up. He's all right. What he's really good at is a one-touch pass round the corner when he's got his back to goal to whoever's running down the flanks. And if he ain't got that, he's actually not got much else because he is slow as anything. It looks like he's running through treacle. And admittedly, that's his size. I get that. But yeah, we need Martial back. And we haven't spoken about Martial. Obviously, you can do it. But is he injured again? Yeah, is that why he weren't in the subs? Oh.
He's got a reoccurring injury. Well, we don't know exactly what it is. But with the news that we got out, I've said my biggest guess is it's an Achilles injury that he's got to play with for the rest of the season, where when you play with an Achilles, he's going to be injured for like 5 to 10 days. And then he can play one game before it swells again. And then you got 5 to 10 days before coming back. That's the only thing I can think it is. Like, I can't think it's
King syndrome.
Yeah.
Can only play one game every 10 days.
He must have something like that he needs to wait till the end of the season for to get an operation on or something like that, because he's thinking, you know what, I'm still giving the team something that won every 2 games. I'm still 6 goals in the so far. I'm still second top scorer, even though I got 1 leg or whatever, or I'm playing half the games or quarter of the games. He's still going to contribute to what we need, even if he keeps coming back, fit. So as long as we got Weghorst there at the moment, at least it ain't going to hurt so much. I know he's not doing a lot, but look, Weghorst, we don't play to his strengths, and
No, 100% we don't.
and he don't have loads of them. So end of the day, he's always going to get a 5 or a 4 or a 6, you know, at the best of times. But look, you know, he works hard, he shuts down very well, and he links up okay. He doesn't win headers too much, but if you put a ball on his head, he might score. So look, until we do start playing towards his strengths, he's probably going to get a 5 more often than not.
Yeah.
So it's not really too much his fault. Well, it is because he hasn't got the ability, but what can you do? He's there for a reason. He's there to fill the gap, and that's what he's doing. So well done, Weghorst. Got a 5, solid 5. Eric, Ten Hag.
2-1 win, so we won again. I was very dubious about bringing on Lindelof and Maguire for the last 10 minutes.
So was I.
I thought that was inviting too much pressure on, and it did invite too much pressure on Nathan, in my opinion. So it's only a 7 for Ten Hag today. It's a 7, possibly an 8. There you go. No, it's a 7 from me. I think I understand he was playing for the result, but I think he'll learn quickly that you don't do that in the Premier League. You don't play 5 at the back for a 1-goal win because you're just inviting that. Every team in this league can hurt you. It don't, like from set pieces, especially they can hurt you, man.
Reason why I gave him an 8 was soon after we went 1 down, he kept it the same for a little bit, and we conceded straight away. And he realized we can't have any kind of attacking players on the field anymore. And I was even saying, I think Garnacho's going to come back off. You know, I think he's going to come back off. And then I was thinking, Sabitzer is going to come on, but I thought maybe Fred might come off, not the defenders who are going to come off for another defender. But look, he did that, and I was thinking, why have we done that? But again, we didn't concede, and we didn't really look like conceding once that happened, even though it didn't look good. We got the win in the end. Yeah. He had to change something. He changed it, and we got the win. He could have kept it the same and we would have lost or drawn. Sorry, at least we would have drawn because we were looking like no matter whatever they did in attack, they looked like they was going to score, and I weren't too happy. So again, he's done his job, man. Like last 20 minutes, I was like, you know, it's just hand in heart thing, like hand in mouth, whatever you want to call it. I'm like, oh, please, man, we can't draw this game, surely not. And look at how the results have turned out. Arsenal have lost. We've gained 3 points on them. Newcastle have just drawn. We've gained 2 points away from them. And we still got a game in hand on them, I think. So, and then we're 3 points away from City. 3 points away from City the way we play. And we are playing great football. We are playing great football. We're playing the way we are now. So I expect us to be 3rd at least and not so far away. If we finish the season 3 points away from City, my goodness me. Like Ten Hag's done an amazing job. If we finish
you
3rd,
got a bit static, yeah.
If we finish 3rd, we win the Europa. Even just win Europa and come 3rd and don't win anything else. That's a buzzing season for me. But I think we will win. I think we'll win 2 things this season. I'm not sure what.
Let me take the Europa League out of it. Let's just
not Europa. Sorry,
the League Cup. You did win the League Cup. Yes, I was about to say if we win the League Cup and come 3rd, mate, that's a banging first season for him. No two ways about it. That's a banging first season for him.
He's flying, mate.
And like you say, there's still the FA Cup and the Europa League on the cards as well. Listen, the league's not dead. It's just going to take something exceptional from Man City and Arsenal to just blow this apart for themselves now. You know what I mean?
Question. Arsenal in the Europa as well, aren't they?
Yeah. We could meet them.
Yeah. That's gonna be a tough one. If we play them, that'll be madness. Absolute madness. Oh my goodness me! Imagine that. Imagine that. I don't want to play Arsenal. But if we have everyone back fit, I'd love to play Arsenal to see where we're at because I think we're not far off being able, especially with everyone back now. Imagine like Sancho's back. Imagine Casemiro's back. Everyone's back. Everyone is like to choose from versus them as well. I think we've got a lot in the locker there, man. We've got enough to beat her, I'm telling you. Because we didn't have Casemiro. Yeah. It's a big difference. So
I'd still rather take on Shakhtar Donetsk, though.
Yeah.
Quickly on Sancho as well. That was another reason I was annoyed with Casemiro.
Yeah.
Is that at 2-0, 20 minutes to go, Sancho was coming on, mate. You know he was.
Yeah, he was.
I mean, he was getting on the pitch, but yeah.
I was so peed off, mate. I was like, 30 minutes to go, 25 to go. We're going to get him on. As long as we get that second cushion, he's going to come on. And that happens. And then I'm like, oh, man. Oh, well. Sancho, you're going to have to sit down.
Yeah, you have to wait another week, mate. Yeah, you got next game.
It is, mate. It's not far away. What is it? Wednesday? We got Leeds, or whatever. No, is it Barcelona?
It's not Barcelona on Wednesday, is it? It'll be Thursday, even if it is. 16th. Yeah, it is. It's 16th, mate. Next week, Barcelona.
No, it's the 4th now. Yeah, so a week later. So like over 10 days.
Next week. Yeah.
So our next game
is Leeds. The next game
is Leeds on Wednesday, 8 p.m. 8 p.m. kickoff at Old Trafford, and then straight away on the Sunday back at Ellen Road.
6 points there, mate. 6 points there.
Without Casemiro.
Yeah, but he doesn't miss many. He misses the 2 Leeds games and then Leicester at home.
Yeah.
If you wanted to pick 3 games for Casemiro to miss,
they're the one.
3 games, mate, because Leeds are a good side going forward, but their defence is a joke, mate.
Yeah, we should
eat them up. We should eat them up, mate. So,
yeah, we've always destroyed them recent games, so hopefully we'll do that again. So yeah. And you know what? Your starting lineup was pretty close to the right thing. Apart from
Martial.
Yeah. I kind of changed mine out and put Sabitzer in there. So mine was only Sabitzer, I think.
You only got Sabitzer out, mate. It went too bad. What did I go with? 3-1 as well, didn't I, for the result?
Yeah, I went with 3-0. Okay, score's not right, but you had 2-1. 2-1's close enough, innit? Yeah, but look, we're getting closer. One day we're going to get the bingo. One day we're going to get the exact starting lineup. We still ain't got the stack starting lineup yet this season, I don't think.
I ain't done it once.
Ridiculous. Eric Ten Hag keeps flipping, throwing one on us, a little step over every time. So
I didn't realise Martial's out again. I won't lie. That one slipped past me. Martial being injured again.
So, I didn't know either. So I was actually going to put him in, but even if he was fit, I didn't think he was going to go in because I thought he'll get injured. Look, he's injured already before he even starts.
Got injured getting out of bed, mate. So,
But actually, we had a comment on that. Martial won't be here after summer. Can't see it. He has plenty of talent, but too injury prone. So glad Sergio is back. This is the thing, though. We do need to know what's actually happened with him. Like, we do need to know. No one said anything. No one's talking. So with us on the outside, we know nothing to what's actually happening. He might be having conversation with the manager saying, listen, you got operation now or the end of the season. What do you want to do? Like, it could be any. We don't know. So I don't want to just say he's a guy that plays and just gets injured and then plays and then gets injured with something else. I think he's got the same thing happening. From the reports, it seems like it's the same thing. But yeah, Christian Embre says, you guys are really making us proud. United, we stand. Yes, love it, lad. I haven't seen anyone new on here. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. We always say it, but it's good to like to make sure the algorithm gets obviously up there in the rankings as well. And then we start getting known out there. We start getting known. So, yeah, turn on those notifications because we do put them out late, straight after the game sometimes with 30 minutes to spare. So you get to see the notification or you can just watch it later on.
30 minutes, yeah. No, 30 minutes. Try 3 minutes sometimes, people. Yeah, just keep an eye out.
Well, sometimes, yeah, I say 10 o'clock this morning and end up doing the show on another channel by accident. Yeah. And then having to do it 30 minutes later back on our show. So, yeah, exact same thing twice in a row. Oh, my gosh. All this new apparatus and new stuff.
We're getting there.
God.
Yeah. Just quickly, Nate, from Curtis' point, do you think Martial leaves in the summer? Can you see him go? Because I know you're a big fan of him.
Yeah.
But for the last 4 or 5 years now, 3 or 4 years, the injury has been recurring and recurring. Whatever we do with him, we need another striker, obviously. But do you keep Martial no matter what in the summer, give him one last chance? Say it.
No, not no matter what. I keep him if he can get over this injury. If it's an operation that needs to be done and he needs to get fit from this one problem, that's something else. But if he's picking up injury after injury after injury, like something new every time, but sometimes you do pick up new things based on that one injury that you're compensating for. So if it's not something like that, then I've got to say he's just injury-prone player. We're going to have to just say goodbye. But if it is something that you can get over, being a squad player in this club would be amazing. For him to be a player who's in the rotation, I love to keep him here. Simple as that. But he has to be fit enough to be called upon for 90 minutes. Like, it's just getting a joke. And I don't want to say too much bad because I don't know what's wrong with him. And it's so nasty to say something against someone if you don't know, if you get what I mean. So I'm going to try to refrain from saying anything bad and until I know what's what.
No, 100%. Listen, and all firing Martial is a great player, is what I keep saying to everyone. I understand people's frustration with him. I get it. But after watching what Weghorst does, I would much rather have. Well, no, and it's not digging Weghorst out, but I'd much rather have Martial on the pitch for 60 minutes and then move Rashford into the centre forward position than what Weghorst is doing. So if we're not going to buy another striker, then we've got to keep Martial. We've got to get a high-profile striker in the summer, mate. But I mean that's I
think that's a priority, isn't it? That's a priority for that. And I'm sure it's a striker and another central defensive midfielder to kind of share that work with Casemiro. And if we get a young one as well that can learn from him until the next few years, it'll be amazing to have that. Then we have like pretty much two players in every position that can do a job, and we're pretty much there. We're pretty much there. Imagine we had a 30-goal a season player now up front right now. We'd be on top of the league probably. Like, and we started with this at the start of the season, this team. I think we would be top of the league. I can't see how we couldn't be. So yeah, we're close.
Definitely there or thereabouts, man. We're definitely close to being I keep saying this, that it's these draws that are killing us, and that those two bad defeats at the start of the season is going to kill us all year, man. Because we should have won both of them games. Well, maybe not Brighton, because they're doing very well, but we definitely should have beat Brentford. You know.
Well, this is the thing. He had to learn from what his squad was. And that was going to always happen. And you know what? The one thing is he learned from it straight away. He didn't wait to continue doing the same old nonsense. He said, nah, I'm not having that. That's not happening.
Went inside Casemiro, took one look at Scott McTominay and Fred, was like, nah, we need Casemiro.
We need someone in there that's got some quality, mate. Let's get in there. So, and that's all we got time for. Nice 30 minutes reaction. Join me tomorrow. I'll be talking about what I saw in a bit more depth, and you'll be joining Garth as well in the coming days. He'll be also talking a bit about what he thought as well. So thanks a lot, Garth, for joining me again.
Pleasure as always, mate.
Everybody in the comments. You got Curse take away the start, and United will be 1 point off top right now. You see, exactly. Wow, look at Van, mate. Yeah,
did you not see Ruud Van there, mate? Yeah, bro.
Wow.
Mate. You had me straight away, Curtis, because that's my favourite ever player, basically. What a player he was. But thanks a lot for joining us, guys. Peace out. See you next time.